Hello all, Tot here with a new video, and again I want to expand on my time at the Worlds and what I got there. You see, I really like how you can kind of make jujitsu your own. Like there's nearly infinite techniques. It's amazing what you can do with some fundamentals of placing foot, hand, body weight, pressure, all that. The biggest one is pressure and connection. If you don't have one of those, you don't have the other. It's fundamental. Like you need to crush your opponent, zap their will, their strength, and just make it hard for them. Now, me being kind of a stockier person, I usually try to pressure pass a lot and keep them down for the count. They can try to get out, but I'm very physically strong. It makes it hard. Now, somebody faster or knows about a bit better to do than I do, which isn't saying a lot, honestly, it's not it, can do it. But you see, I really like how you can fit in your own thing. You see, these are two of my favorite rash guards. They really inspired my way of doing things. You see, this is a rash guard. You see the wolf on there. I'm very big into wolves in Norse mythology. I'm even going to mention them in a later work of mine. And I like this one because, for goodness sake, just look at this thing. Man, I fell in love with this. I love wolves. Breaking the chains, the magma. Oh, man. I am a fan, to say the least. It reminds me of the Fenris wolf from Norse mythology, which is a problem that only gets bigger during his showing to at the end of the story when he's not taken seriously, not seen as, like, I think a threat, but it's funny. I think the Fenris wolf would have been a great ally to the Norse, but their own hubris and paranoia got to them, chaining up a small puppy that, and I quote, fit in the pocket of the god of war Tyr. Now, you see, Fenrir also had a very special ability. He could break the ties that bind him. You see, they chained him up by the dwarves with ribbons. Now, why they do that? Well, you see, these ribbons were imbued with very powerful magic. You know, it was made with several core concepts, like the sound of a cat's footsteps, the breath of a fish, the beard of a woman, things like that. Things that are not found in nature. It literally made it hard to break them. He struggled against them for millennia until he did. He didn't let even the things that don't exist hold him back, which you think is insane, but I think it's a big problem today with social media and stuff. People think these things, they have these delusions that what is reality and what isn't, and I really like BJJ in that regard. Like, it's real. You're not going to get anywhere not putting in the time, which I try to be consistent if nothing else. Again, nearly blue belt. Good stuff. Kind of a rocky journey, but one I like. And this is my second favorite. Again, it's in that kind of Norse mythology. You know, Norse. It has a very cool Viking and rune motif with the axes and the hammer. I really respect it, and it even has a really cool back. It just has, again, like the emblem pulled up, but it has something really cool on the back. It says, and I quote, "See you in Valhalla," meaning you give respect to your opponent as another warrior, as another competitor, and you're going to see them there one way or the other. It'd be nice. I mean, that's very beautiful. Their chosen place, or heaven, is based on combat and warfare, which is big deal for the Norse, and I really respect that. And another way the wolf one fits in to my identity is from my book. You see, I made a book with wolves. I really love wolves. They constantly adapt. They choose to be alone or be together with the pack. They make their own choices. They make their own decisions. The wolf chooses. The sheep obeys. And I really respect that. And again, I think a third type of person's coming into the world. Since the dawn of social media getting worse, is the chameleon. Don't stand for anything, fall for everything, and just go with the flow in the crowd. Just do whatever easier. Again, the go along, come along crowd, which is just a blight on this planet. again, I've done it before too. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm not conformed to several things, but to college, for goodness sake, I really can't be that much of a rebel. But the wolf motif, it helps me remember that I need to adapt. I need to go forward. I need to learn. I need to howl and catch back some echolocation. You know what I mean? And I really like that about BJJ. You can make it your own. Again, you can have your own style, your own attire, your own art, and it's fascinating how much art is in BJJ. A lot of artists, musicians, book writers, everything comes really good to the art. The track's all kinds. It's very fat. It's like a moth to a flame, but this flame has other moths around it, making it more warm. It's very nice. And you can't go wrong at a gym that actually cares. That actually is a community. You're not being ostracized for no reason and being kicked out of a group even though you did nothing wrong. Nothing at all. It happens. That's life. Go to another gym. And that's what one of the big things I really, really push is find a good gym. Look at reviews. Ask people that went there or going there and really make it your own. And here's another thing that took me a long time. And a black belt told me this, and it's very important. Jiu-jitsu is more of an individual sport, more than anything, more than you'd like to think. It's very lonely, and that's why I think the wolf is very good too. It's going to help me adapt my book. I'm going to change it up. Going to be kind of a journaling slash self-help book, kind of a mixture, a hybrid. You know, kind of like bring back the dire wolf. I'm bringing back the notebook journaling, which I have a lot of exercises in there that are good for it. And again, I'm going to add a lot more pages. And yes, there'll be one or two blank pages each chapter for journaling. But I'm not putting 100 blank pages in this book and calling it a second edition. That ain't going to happen. I'm putting in author's notes, getting to the mind, getting to what I was howling at, what I was getting at, and learning that people like longer books. I made it short for a reason. It was actually 200 pages before I got it edited. And I'm getting back to that old flow because they really want things to chew on. People want things to think about. And 100 pages, I don't think, did it. So again, I'm rewriting a lot of the chapters, taking in a lot of feedback I've gotten from the few people who have read my book. Thank you all who have. And I'm also going to redo the audiobook. I'm going to adapt it to newer audiences. And again, add about hundreds of more pages, which shouldn't be hard. I left a lot of things on the table for people to think about, which I guess in hindsight was a mistake. I'm new to this. I'm learning. I'm adapting. Just the other night, my coach told me some good tips I'm going to implement, not do this nonsense I was doing, you know. Nearly got my knee blew out because it was my fault. Not his. I joked about that, but no, in actuality, it was my fault. He had my leg, did a toe hold, and I tried to roll out of it. Stupid idea. And I nearly got my kneecap messed up by me. 100% my fault. You got to take responsibility and accountability in this sport. And I'm trying to do more of that. I'm trying to learn. Trying to be like a sponge. More inquisitive, less indignant, and not falling in love with a lot of things at first. Learning the basics. Again, primary position, you need a couple sweeps, a couple submissions. What to do. Every position has a different rule set. For instance, the main way a match goes is stand up to takedown, either judo, wrestling, sambo. Then they get in their guard, or you got to pass their legs. You pass the hips, you get to pass the guard. Then you get to side control, which is a good position. There's Keisagatami side control, but just getting the hand under the neck and the shoulders is good enough. It's really good from there. You can do a lot of things there. Then I usually go straight to mount, which is like the second most dominant position in the whole series of movements and positions. And you got to, I used to hate the mount, but I'm getting better at holding it, squeezing my knees, flexing my abs, using my whole body against their arm, you know, use what I'm strong with their weakness. I try to use my back more, and yeah, keep going forward. Then you can either submit them there with a choke or an arm bar. Get up to high mount where they're like this. Their arms are completely isolated for the pickings. You can do that. And the last position is the back. If you take the back and you're a higher belt, that's pretty much GG. You're done. I've noticed that, like, when a purple belt takes my back, it's just really a matter of time. Honestly, I can escape if they let me. And if you're in a black belt competition or anything higher than purple belt, you should just tap. They have unlimited tries, and all your abilities, all your offense is facing in front of you with them on your back. And it's good for me to think about as a 3D lock. You know, you got your hooks, your elbows, your neck, your head, and there's things you can do to help them not escape and help and just make it hard. You also set traps there. I've been trying to work more on getting to the back. It's very powerful. Again, it's one of those skills that works from white belt to black belt to Lord knows what. It's just good technique to get there. I highly recommend that. Again, getting those 5 positions. There's also close guard that I don't think I mentioned, which is just kind of just a stepping stone, kind of a stall tactic. Half guard too. I like half guard. Octopus guard's good. I'm doing better with that. And yeah, find something you want. Like butterfly guard is really universal. It helps my stocky frame, you know. So yeah, I'm learning what I can and can't do. Like, there's a number of moves that I just don't got the leverage. I don't have the timing, I don't have the position, and I'm wasting me and my training partner's time, which I don't want to do that. So, yeah. So, I'd think more of a wolf mentality in BJJ. Learning, experimenting, deviating from what is the established norm, but not too far. You see, it's kind of like in boxing, when you're getting higher up, and you put your hands down. Like, you can do that when you can break the rules when you're higher on the food chain, which I'm not by any definition. I'm getting there, but again, it's gonna be a slow burn. 10 to 15 years, usually the usual to get a black belt. I'll probably do it in less time. I'm hoping to get my blue belt and kind of make it a goal to really get past it. It's easier said than done, but that's the joy of it, the pain, the suffering. I have to grapple with my demons, my emotions, my ego, my diet, everything else on top of this very chaotic sport. And that's what I really love about BJJ. It's very chaotic. It's very disruptive, which part of my personality doesn't really like that. Part of me is like, I want the novelty of it. Every roll is different. Every single person you roll will be different each time. It's just fascinating. It's very good for people with issues up here. I really recommend it for that. So yes, that's my video on BJJ and why I love my 2 favorite rash guards and why they fit my identity. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a good night.